As a teenager, Kobe Bryant immediately captured attention. His style of play blended elegance with fierceness, and his confidence was there from the start. While his influence from Michael Jordan was evident, Kobe's road to legendary status would follow a much different path, starting by skipping college. His performance during his draft workout at Inglewood High became the stuff of legend.
And after that workout, and I was drenched with sweat, and I was kind of like, Jerry, you know what? I'm taking off the next week, because that kid was
wore you out.
Kobe was elbowing and hitting me, and I'm like, oh my God. Kobe goes down, we all as a coaching staff, we get over there, and Jerry West, I'll never forget this, he goes, that's the one.
Lakers GM at the time, Jerry West, left the session declaring Kobe to be superior to anyone else the Lakers had at the time, despite the presence of a current All-Star and two future All-Stars in Nick Van Exel and Eddie Jones. The Lakers were aiming to transition from being first or second round playoff contenders to genuine championship favorites, with their sights set on signing 24-year-old superstar free agent Shaquille O'Neal. This was before the era of max contracts. Superstars could earn as much money as teams were willing to offer them within salary cap constraints. Consequently, West and the Lakers needed to clear up some salary cap space to make the most enticing contract offer to Shaq during the 1996 free agency period. Trading starting center Vlade Divac made the most sense, as Shaq would take his place, and Divac was set to earn $4.7 million through the 96-97 season, nearly 20% of the projected $24.4 million salary cap. Jerry West found a willing trade partner in the Charlotte Hornets, who held the 13th pick, but there was still no guarantee that Kobe would be available by then. New Jersey Nets newly hired head coach John Calipari had developed a strong interest in Kobe during workouts. With the Nets holding the 8th pick, Calipari seriously considered drafting Kobe. However, Kobe and his agent Arn Tellem were adamant about their desire to play with the Lakers, and dissuaded Calipari by suggesting that Kobe would play professionally in Italy if the Nets dared to select him. Their strategy paid off, and the New Jersey Nets opted for Kerry Kittles instead. Subsequently, the Hornets selected Kobe at number 13, before promptly trading him to the Lakers for Divac. This scenario marked perhaps the only year in which a prospect of Kobe's caliber could have fallen so far in the draft. While his talent was widely recognized, there was no precedent for 17-year-old guards in the NBA, and risk-averse GMs hesitated to draft him. Even the concept of 19-year-olds being drafted after a single year of college was not as common then as it is today. Partly due to the differences in the sport itself, modern spacing principles were still at least a decade away, and mid-90s basketball primarily revolved around 3-out, 2-in motion offenses, mostly operating within 20 feet of the basket. With at least 4 bodies typically crowding the paint in half-court situations, size and physicality were highly valued. Under such conditions, teenage players, especially guards, faced significant challenges. While Kevin Garnett became the first high school to pros player in 20 years when he was drafted 5th overall in 1995, no perimeter player had made such a leap before Kobe chose to bypass college and enter the 1996 draft.
The Charlotte Hornets select Kobe Bryant from Lower Merion High School in Pennsylvania.
Kobe's initial games garnered little attention. Long before Lakers rookies attracted swarms of fans to Las Vegas for Summer League, the event was a modest affair, held at the Long Beach Pyramid. Crowds were sparse, as Lakers fans were more focused on the pursuit of Shaq, and Summer League simply didn't carry the significance it does today. Kobe showcased his brilliance in those matches, albeit receiving only fleeting recognition in the condensed box scores featured in newspapers. He lit up the Detroit Pistons with a stunning 27-point performance in his debut game. On another occasion, he poured in 36 points. Even during the team's trip to China, he managed a respectable 22 points. Despite being among players several years his senior, he consistently stood out, dominating the stat sheet. The Lakers sealed the deal with Shaq on July 18, 1996, marking the inception of the Shaq-Kobe Lakers era. However, initially they weren't perceived as a duo. Kobe was more of a curiosity than a fully fledged superstar at that juncture. He was akin to a prodigy, but not an arrived expert. Initially, he wasn't even given regular playing time. With Nick Van Exel and Eddie Jones firmly entrenched as the starting backcourt, And with Lakers adding Byron Scott and Jerome Kersey to bolster up the backup wing positions, Kobe was expected to observe, learn, and bide his time while the seasoned veterans took charge. But this scenario wasn't a surprise for the rookie. He might have seen immediate action had he opted for Calipari in the Nets. But the Lakers had immediate ambitions irrespective of Shaq's signing. They were a team on the ascent, a dynamic group of 20-somethings that had reached the playoffs in the 2 preceding seasons. However, even those modest plans encountered a rough beginning. Kobe suffered a wrist injury in a pickup game right before training camp, followed by another setback that sidelined him for most of the preseason. His NBA debut consisted of a single, unremarkable stint lasting 6 minutes and 22 seconds, during which he didn't score and attempted only 1 shot. For the first 30 games of his career, he lived the life of an 11th man, filling in sporadically when rotation spots opened up temporarily, 6 minutes here, 8 minutes there, sometimes 16 minutes if someone got into early foul trouble. The NBA has a knack for exposing the flaws in every prodigious talent, and Kobe was no different. While his skills were remarkably advanced for his age, he struggled to discern which ones to deploy in different situations. Throughout his rookie season, he often found himself resorting to double clutching to extricate himself from precarious positions he had created. But his acrobatic maneuvers weren't merely a means of escaping tight spots for a young athletic player who had penetrated too deep into the paint. They were a preview of the dominance he would soon exhibit. In this play, for example, Kobe initiates a drive from his right from a triple threat position, brushing off Jim Jackson's hand check in the process. As he approaches the paint, Joe Klein stands ready, yet Kobe takes off on his left foot, a common mistake for rookie Kobe, who often found himself off balance due to incidental contact while executing one-footed jumps in traffic. However, this play also highlights his ability to adjust mid-move, foreshadowing Kobe's mastery of making tough and contested shots. After elevating from his left foot, he swings his right leg around, twisting his hips towards the basket while keeping his upper body facing the corner. Unlike Jordan, who famously palms the ball in similar scenarios, Kobe needed both hands to control the ball during these maneuvers, pulling it behind his right ear to draw both Klein's contest and to shield the ball from it. As Klein descends, Kobe exploits the difference in their leaping abilities to align himself perfectly with the basket before rolling the ball up and in. Kobe's segmented movement allowed him to execute shots from any angle in any situation. Throughout his career, he honed his ability to make shots from various angles, fulfilling the shot-making potential he displayed in his early days in the league. As a rookie, Kobe also possessed a formidable crossover, back when it was the preferred move for many of the league's top scorers. He would deceive defenders by selling his drive in either direction with a hang dribble, shifting his weight onto one foot before swiftly planting the other and crossing his dribble beneath the defender's hand and close to his body. Eventually, Kobe finally had the opportunity to showcase his talents in an expanded role, starting in mid-January against Grant Hill's Pistons. Despite the availability of Scott and Kersey, Kobe delivered a stunning performance in a double overtime loss, tallying 21 points in 32 minutes. This game marked a significant milestone in his budding career. It was the first of many instances where he would lead the Lakers in scoring. The Lakers head coach at the time, Del Harris, began giving Kobe a bit more freedom after that game. While he would still be pulled if his performance faltered, Harris allowed him to remain on the court if he was in rhythm. Kobe averaged 11.8 points in 23.2 minutes over the 9-game stretch leading up to the All-Star break, marking the first consistent minutes in production of his career. He emerged as the standout performer in the preliminary events during the All-Star weekend in Cleveland, clinching victory in the slam dunk contest.
Now to Cleveland, it is the 1997 slam dunk champion.
And registering 31 points in the rookie challenge game. However, Kobe's role remained inconsistent following the All-Star break, with a couple games where he didn't see any playing time at all. He reclaimed significant minutes in late March, a trend that persisted until the end of the regular season. However, when Harris narrowed his rotation for the playoffs, Kobe found himself on the sideline. In his playoff debut against the Portland Trail Blazers, Bryant saw just 46 seconds of garbage time action, and he only received significant minutes in Game 3, which happened to be the Lakers' sole loss of the series. Despite the Lakers' 56 regular season victories, they secured only the 4th seed in the fiercely competitive Western Conference. This meant that they faced the Utah Jazz in the second round, a team led by John Stockton and Karl Malone, who had been playing together since Kobe was a first grader in Italy. The Lakers proved to be no match for the seasoned precision of the Jazz. Quickly falling behind in the series, Game 3 loomed in Los Angeles. With Eddie Jones going scoreless in 28 minutes during Game 2, Coach Harris turned to Kobe, granting him an expanded role as the Lakers returned home. The team displayed inspired defense in the first half, limiting the Jazz to a mere 36 points and holding Malone to a dismal 1 for 13 from the field. Entering the fourth quarter with a 13-point lead, Bryant seized the opportunity to close out his first playoff opponent. He relentlessly attacked the basket, earning 12 free throws in the final frame, showcasing the unstoppable scoring ability that would later define his career. Despite Shaq's ejection with 7 minutes and 21 seconds remaining, the Lakers had already secured a commanding lead, securing the sole victory of the series.
It had to go all the way. It'd be 1-1-1. Kobe Bryant down the middle, backhand layup.
Nick Van Exel struggled to find open looks, a common challenge for smaller point guards, especially in playoff scenarios. Meanwhile, Jones possessed the size to excel in postseason play, but lacked the necessary ball handling skills. Kobe, on the other hand, provided the Lakers with an explosive threat from the perimeter, capable of complementing Shaq, but he was still a teenager navigating unfamiliar territory and learning a grown man's game. In Game 4, Utah intensified their defensive focus on Kobe, employing additional resources to contain him. Despite attempting to rely on his natural talent to counter their disciplined defense, Kobe frequently misread situations, resulting in 5 turnovers and a 3-for-9 shooting performance in 28 minutes. The Jazz emerged victorious in that contest, securing a commanding 3-1 series lead with a 110-95 win. As the series returned to Utah for Game 5, the energized Jazz crowd could sense victory. Holding an 8-point lead at halftime, Kobe remained scoreless during his 9 minutes on the court. The second half unfolded with a sense of inevitability, as the superior Utah team appeared poised to clinch the series within the next 24 minutes of play. Despite Kobe failing to score, after missing 2 shots in the final 2 minutes and 32 seconds of the third quarter, the Lakers managed to narrow the deficit to 5 points heading into the fourth quarter, thanks to their faithful defense, which limited Utah to just 13 points. Utah managed to claw their way back to tie the game after Shaq fouled out with 1 minute and 40 seconds remaining. With just 11 seconds left on the clock, Van Exel executed a steal from Greg Ostertag, prompting the Lakers to call a timeout with the score deadlocked at 89. Instead of devising a specific play, Harris entrusted the ball to Kobe. In such crucial moments, securing the final shot becomes paramount, typically reserved for the player most adept at creating their own opportunities. In this instance, that responsibility fell to an 18-year-old Kobe Bryant. Deliberately, Kobe advanced up the court and initiated an attack on Byron Russell while veering to his right. Kobe went for a step-through move, fading away for the shot, only to airball as regulation time expired, leading the game into overtime.
This is a tough matchup. Kobe Bryant will take it. An 18-year-old rookie, short, no time remains.
Following the missed shot at the end of regulation, Kobe's struggles continued in overtime, with 3 more air balls, including a critical miss when the Lakers trailed by 3 with just 5 seconds remaining. With Utah clinching the series 4-1, the Lakers' season came to an abrupt end, yet these misses represented the initial steps towards long-term success amid short-term setbacks in Kobe's career. While he may not have been fully prepared for such pivotal moments, he also never shied away from them. And despite Jordan's Bulls ultimately triumphing over Utah in the 1997 NBA Finals, highlighted by Jordan's legendary flu game, the prevalence of Michael Jordan as the league's best shooting guard, and the Bulls' continued dominance remained. But soon, Kobe Bryant and the Lakers would make their mark on NBA history, with Kobe reflecting MJ's style and the Lakers seeking to match the Bulls' recent success. Thanks for watching Sports Pantheon.